Joined us on that. Meanwhile, big win for India and Indian agencies today, where a UK court ruled that fugitive diamond merchant Nirav Modi can be extradited to India to face charges of fraud and money laundering amounting to an estimated $2 billion. Now, while yes, Nirav Modi does have the legal option of appealing against this judgment, remember this particular development is significant only because the Indian government has managed to secure this particular judgment, has argued against Nirav Modi, saying that he should not be sent back to India, and especially in light of the Chaukidar Chor Hai campaign that was launched against the Modi government on the back of several such instances like Nirav Modi fleeing, Vijay Mallya leaving the country. Now that the step one towards extradition has taken place, will it have dealt a body blow to the Chaukidar Chor Hai narrative? Let's take this across to Iqbal Singh Lalpura, spokesperson of the BJP, Raghav Awasthi, lawyer, political analyst, Yusuf Iqbal, advocate, Ashutosh Srivastav, lawyer, and Vivek Sela, spokesperson Samajwadi Party, along with political analyst MC Abbas. A rather large panel over there. Let's start in reverse from you, MC Abbas.
Well, Padmaja ji, let me tell you, there's a beautiful saying, don't count your chickens before they hatch, and let's not act as roosters. Let Nirav Modi first come in, let there be a trial here in India against Nirav Modi, let him be in the barracks of Tihar jail. I think that will be a celebration. I think celebrating even before the biryani is cooked, I think that's being too immature and not the right thing to do. Why is the Bharatiya Janata Party blowing whistles of victory even before the war is fought? There is a long way to go.
Okay, so just two things over there. First of all, he won't be in Tihar jail, he'll be in Athar Road jail, and that's the reason why the video of the barrack was also sent to the UK court. That's point number one. Point number two, you are very correct in saying that one should only cross the bridge when you come to it. However, you must hasten to say that Nirav Modi has been sent abroad, he's been allowed to flee by the Prime Minister himself. That, of course, is not putting the cart before the horse at all. But Iqbal Singh Lalpura, respond to this. You've also been a police officer earlier. Here you've got somebody arguing, saying, why are you celebrating so soon? What's the big deal?
We are in a position to get the economic offender to the law books, and he will have to face the Indian law and return the money. This is what exactly we wanted, and this was our efforts, our endeavor in the USA courts also. So we are here to take action against all the economic offenders. Nobody will be spared.
Ashutosh Srivastav.
Yes.
At the very least, it shows that the government is serious in getting back somebody who's defrauded the country. Then why was the same government accused of being on the side of fraudsters?
See, I would say that, our Enforcement Directorate, CBI and IT departments, they should be appreciated, who are working obviously in the governance of the present government. And they have done a wonderful job, trying to get to India. Because, see, there was a treaty which was signed for extradition in 1992 between India and UK. And as per clause, Article 9 had a lot of prohibitions, like UK could say that the accusation has not been made in good faith. And, these accused used to take advantage of all those kind of, situations. Now, I think with the right approach of the government and all the relevant departments, now it would be somehow possible to get him back to India, where there are many accusations, many cases pending against him. And that will help the prosecution and the government to do further, in the benefit of the people at large, whose money, whose investments are at stake. Because it is not only the scam against, the alleged scam against a bank, but in the bank, a lot of people had invested a lot of money. So their all money was at stake. So obviously this, there is a process of doing it. It is not that easy also, because we have to follow all the rules and regulations mentioned in the treaty which was signed for extradition, extradition with the...
And eventually he will be brought back. I mean, what kind of a government is this, being accused of shielding Nirav Modi when it's actually arguing for his extradition, Vivek Sela?
Yes, Padmaja, I think it's not to be celebrated at this moment. It is the duty of the central government to bring back not only Nirav Modi, but 4,375 business and industries who are absconding from India, and most of them are Gujaratis, by the way. There are lakhs of crores of taxpayers' money that has been frauded. We can say it has been confiscated. You can say it has been confiscated and cheated. All these.
So when did they leave? When did they leave? And why the additional detail of most of them being Gujaratis? What is your insinuation, Mr. Salas?
Because most of them are Gujaratis. Take the name of Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi, Sandresa brothers. The list is endless. Why? There is a question. Why most of them are Gujaratis? They are absconding from India. Not one or two. There are 4,375 businessmen and others who are absconding from India after cheating and frauding the brand. And no, I don't know where they are. They are leading luxurious lives outside India.
Well, actually, Nirav Modi is in jail. He is not really leading a luxurious life. No. I don't know what your idea of a luxurious life is. If
Wearing a
sounds like
ostrich jacket.
luxury to
What do
you.
you say? If you're wearing an ostrich jacket, what does that mean? Ostrich skin jacket, I don't know how much it cost.
Well,
Or maybe about $1 million of rupees, maybe more than that.
Okay, Raghav Awasthi, respond to that. The point is that the man is still allowed to run away, and that is something that the BJP needs to answer for.
Quick question, Padmaja, if I'm allowed to.
Just a second. Yes, Raghav Awasthi.
I think there are two things here. First of all, this is the let me start here. First of all, I would like to say that it is a privilege to be on the same panel with somebody like Mr. Lalpura, who has such a stellar record of combating terrorism in Punjab. Coming back to Nirav Modi, as far as Nirav Modi is concerned, there were a lot of things that were said by the opposition, and now the opposition has egg on its face. They have nothing to say. Nirav Modi is going to be extradited, and this is, no economic offender of such stature was brought back during the UPA years. It is because the UPA was hand in glove with them. And there is something in psychology known as projection, whereby you project your guilt onto others. And since the Congress party has been in cahoots with such corrupt elements who've looted the country, their whole party is full of characters like that. They like to make insinuations against the BJP, and now they have absolutely nothing to say. And just now, and there was this gentleman who had said something about Gujaratis. So I think it's absolutely shameful that the other day Rahul Gandhi was somehow trying to create some sort of a wedge between the north and south. And here they are saying that just because Gujaratis have been voting
Samajwadi Party was saying.
they are somehow
Samajwadi
corrupt.
Party.
It is really pathetic. This politics needs to stop. This politics needs to stop. The whole country votes for the BJP, nobody votes for them, so very soon they will say that the whole country is full of corrupt people or people who have bad moral character. And the people of this country are watching. They have made up their mind to not let these people come even within sniffing distance of power in 2024.
Okay.
There is an election in Uttar Pradesh in 2022. The Samajwadi Party is going to lose that as well.
We will see about that. Yusuf Iqbal wants to come in. And then both Vivek Salas and MC Abbas will respond. Yusuf Iqbal hasn't spoken yet. Yes, Yusuf Iqbal.
So according to me, I think, we are making this a political issue, which it is not. This is a victory for the country and for the departments who have fought this. Yeah, it is the officers who are contesting, yes, under political instructions, yes, accepted, but ultimately it's the officers' victory, it's India's victory. Let's not make this about Congress, BJP, XYZ. Now let's look at the way forward. It's not like Nirav Modi was sent away because it was the BJP government or because he's Gujarati, which is, by the way, very shameful for anyone to insinuate against any particular community, and there should be zero tolerance on that. But going apart from that, my point here is that Nirav Modi was not given political patronage by which he left the country. He ran away in the middle of the night. The scam was unearthed on the time when he was abroad, actually. So you cannot attribute this to any one party. And yes, the extradition happened during the rule of BJP, which is a good thing, but it would have otherwise also happened because the departments and the officers have now realized. We have had a string of failures of very high profile extradition requests which were turned down earlier.
That's a very sane view saying that it should not be politicized. The problem is that when the man fled, it was taken as a direct action on part of none other than the Prime Minister. The entire Chaukidar Chor Hai slogan and that campaign was built on the back of that, saying that people like Nirav Modi were allowed to flee. Which is why today now there is the political ramifications which are being spoken about. And people like MC Abbas need to answer on that. MC Abbas.
Certainly. As a matter of fact, I think I certainly see a sense of premature celebration happening at the panelist party day. Gentlemen, let's kindly wait. Let Nirav Modi come into this land of India. We should wait for that. Then let us celebrate and cheers to it.
And Mr. Abbas, why did you not wait for all of these processes to take place before saying that the government has made him flee? You did not hold your horses then. At that time you were quick to jump up and say, yes, well, he's got the patronage of the ruling party. Where did that conviction come from?
Quick point, Padmajaji. The beauty of this Bharatiya Janata Party government is they wonderfully speak about the future. And when you ask about the present, they go back into the past. Time travel is what they are best at. You are in power. What are you doing? Tell us. Congress ne ye kiya, UPA ne aisa kiya, वैसा क्या? छोड़ दो. Let Nirav Modi come in and then we will.
अरे छोड़ कैसे दो? जिसने लोन दिया उससे पूछेंगे तो ना भाई लोन क्यों दिया? छोड़ के वो लेके भाग गया. आपने लोन दिया वो लेके भाग गया.
किसने भगाया? किसका रूल था तभी? एनडीए का रूल था, एनडीए 1 का.
मिस्टर लालपुरा
भैया
आपने क्यों भगाया? देखा आप आपसे बोल रहे हो कि आपने क्यों भगाया?
I have a question for my friend.
Yes.
Did Gujarati started business in 2014? They are a business community and we are very proud of them. One fugitive.
I didn't make a question.
Why one
you are about the Gujarati.
One community.
So you are relating to somebody else. Maybe the gentleman was implying that our Prime Minister is Gujarati, Home Minister is Gujarati.
So,
I think the question should be addressed to the gentleman.
Please, I have heard you. Please give me time. Please give me time. Now we are taking action against all these fugitives. But we are promoting industrialism. We need it. We have handled the corona in the best possible way in the world. We are leading the world in vaccination of corona. We are proud of our scientists. We are proud of our industrialists. We are proud of our country. And all those fugitives who are at large, maybe anywhere in the world, will be brought back to India. And the government bring back.
Sir,
we will bring back. We will bring back. It's a process. It's a process going on. You are not to go there and pick up somebody from the collar and pick.
Okay, and you may think now that there is no point in breaking up the past, but well, when and whenever Nirav Modi does come back to India, at the very least, one will have to probe his past and see exactly whose patronage he was receiving. Ashutosh Mishra. Ashutosh Srivastava.
Yes, see, I feel that, this is a right approach, and obviously the magistrate court in London has supported the plea of the departments of the Indian government, and they have allowed the extradition. However, I feel that even as per the law, Mr. Nirav Modi will have his, options of getting the same challenge before the higher courts. Now, it cannot be said that what has been passed today will be the final order, because if it is challenged and if any contrary order is passed, then it would be difficult also at the same time. But as of now, what we feel that the departments have worked in the right direction so that some justice can be done to the people at large of this country who had been waiting, who had lost their money, their hopes, everything. Now these people will have their hopes again, and I feel that whatever being discussed about the political scenario should be avoided, and no regional attack or any sort of comments based on the political parties against each other. All these things should be avoided, and everybody should be united to fight against any sort of corruption, any sort of crime.
Well, if only that happens, there are plenty more of people who need to be brought back to India, and if you think that there is going to be no politics over it, it seems to be a very fond but unfortunately a dream nonetheless. Thanks very much all gentlemen for having joined me. Quick break.